Hello, it's another cooking in pentatonics. Until I get my Wi-Fi straightened out, I'm supposed to have the highest speed there is. Obviously I don't if I can't get Periscope to work. They said it was my Wi-Fi, so... Oh, hello. What's in the pot, you ask? No, you don't, because the rice is in the way. Well, that just answered the question now, didn't it? We have rice in the pot. And if you don't know, if you're a beginner cook and you're just watching this for the music, when you cook rice, it's an easy formula. 2 cups of water for every 1 cup of rice. Don't know the sign for rice, but there you go. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. If you're making 4 cups of rice, you're gonna have 8 cups of water. Now, the rice is cooking. My chicken it's boneless, skinless, has been marinating in soy sauce, garlic, onion, and ginger. Kind of an Asian thing. What can I say? Speaking of which, put these away before treating the rice. I'm not going to put quite so much ginger in the rice because it's not a marinade. This liquid's actually going to boil into the rice. Maybe not that side. So I happen to love onion powder. As you can tell, I just dumped a whole bunch in there. It's not very pungent. Garlic, when it's not clogged, I'm a little more sparing with. I love garlic, but it's a bit too punchy for me. The problem with seasoning over a pot spouting steam is that your garlic or any spice that you're using gets all clumped around the holes. Probably not the most hygienic thing in the world if you haven't washed your hands. I have, don't worry. I had to. I was working with a chicken marinade. So, yeah. That probably didn't look good. Oh well. So these can go back. Oh, hello it is. Now I'm debating, guys. I know you can't actually give me your opinion because it's not Periscope. I think I answered my own question. I was debating whether to do green beans or mixed veg, and I love these. It's not canned, so you don't have the preservatives that upset my stomach. Plus, there was a study that long-term consumption of canned food that have BPA in them can cause metabolic disorders. So I switched to these. Unfortunately, the food pantry that I go to is the one that I got this from. I have a whole pantry full of them. Got 5 green beans and 2 more mixed veg. So once the rice is done, fully cooked, then I will strain and add the mixed veg, just in case the time goes over. But for now, oh, and I love this thing. I got it at Walmart, and it has holes to strain the liquid out, and it has a little steam vent, which makes it harder to boil over. Now, I didn't have to touch the chicken too much because I moved it around in the marinade with this. Oh, Speaking of the tongs and meat, I found out yesterday, almost forgot to turn the stove on. Found out yesterday, not yesterday, maybe yesterday or the day before, whenever I posted a video, when I was pulling the ground beef out of the pan and into the bowl, when it was all cooked, and I was going to add it to the pasta mixture, the tongs are good at wringing out all that icky, nasty grease. So that's good. Now I almost made a rookie mistake. You never want to put your chicken in a cold pan. Now there's a little water in my pan because I rinsed it out. Again, the gnats are getting better. Oh, that's just a stain. Cool. Or a nail, I'm not sure. Anyway, the gnats are getting better, but I'd like to not have the next generation on my pan because it was in the drainer. So, just to be safe, hosed it off. So that's great, but I hosed it off because now there's that little bit of water in there. I will know that it's time to put the chicken in the pan when the water sizzles. Oy, yes, my dear. Ooh. Say hello. And he's over the sink, he's not over the food. Don't worry. What are we doing? No, I'm not letting you near the chicken, thank you very much. You're not getting raw chicken soaked in a bunch of stuff you can't have. Let's see if we can't tilt the camera a little bit. By the way, this is how you hold a cat. You do not hold them on their back. Oh my goodness, you are a big boy. Look at it. I didn't realize how big he... Oh, okay, I have to stand on tiptoe to get him in camera. Probably gonna make him seasick, but I don't mind. The only reason he's letting me hold him this long is because there's chicken nearby. And because he's getting to see stuff he doesn't normally see. I do not let him on the counters. That is a germ fest I do not need. You gonna show them your pretty face? Say, no, I'm too busy looking at the sink and the chicken and all kinds of stuff. Well, it feels like he's getting about ready to get down, which is good because my rice is boiling. Here we go. Now, because I touched the cat and I'm allergic, quick rinse. Sorry, dude, it's nothing personal. Yeah, groom yourself if you like. Oh, it is all over my shirt. Why do I pick him up when I'm cooking? I swear, you guys, I'm like the Tim Taylor of cooking. I do all the stuff you're not supposed to do. You can, if you have a very sensitive sense of touch, you can tell when it ain't done yet, because it feels crunchy when I stir it. But this is as good a time as any to add the butter. And I don't know whether that was supposed to be a French or German accent, so don't ask. I have no idea. I'm thinking about a tablespoon. I might go a little over because it's on an uneven line. So I think that's a tablespoon and a half. We'll see how this turns out and you can adjust accordingly. I know I told you the ratio, but I didn't tell you how much I had in there. I have 1 cup of rice because it's just me. If I wanted to make enough to last me a couple of days, I'd make 2 cups or 3 cups, but I don't really want to eat the same thing for a few days. That's why I only post a video every 2, 3, sometimes 4 days, because I'm reheating what I cooked the last time. Well, sometimes I don't even bother reheating it. I mean, suddenly salad is meant to be eaten cold, so why can't I eat leftover pasta cold? Occasionally I get tired of it cold and I go upstairs to the community room to microwave it. But I have social anxiety. I'm autistic, and I have PTSD. Men scare me. We won't get into why, because this is not a heavy show. But point is, there's a lot of men in my building, and ooh, that smells like it's about ready to go. I didn't see the water evaporate, and my rice, speaking of water, needs some. I know it's not an exact science. I wish it was. That's why I like baking. Maybe someday I'll bake. Well, I did. The first one I did was pumpkin pie. Now, this is not precise, and I don't dig that. I just add enough to make a little puddle in the rice, and I just splash the camera again. So I just put in enough to make a little puddle. Oh yeah, I can feel the crunchies. And I'm struggling not to sing along because y'all don't need to hear that. Although I had kind of an Irish lilt to it because I'm part Irish. Maybe someday I'll forget y'all are there and you'll hear it, but right now I'm all too aware that you're there. By the way, oh, and you need to keep the lid on as much as possible because the steam, you don't want too much to escape because the steam is what's cooking the rice. Like if you have the lid open too long, it's gonna let all the steam out and you don't have crunchy rice. Oh yeah, bet you heard that. Our burner, I love these things because watch. Oh man, I didn't even have him over the food. I had him over the sink and there is still fur. Left it everywhere. Carefully lay it down. Do not drop it. You might be scared it's going to bite you in the form of flying grease. And I guarantee if you drop it in there, you're going to get bitten. Now, if you've seen my videos, you know what's coming. And you know, my splatter guard, you know where I got that? And it's starting to come apart at the edges a bit. And it is a bit of a pain to clean. Actually, what works really well cleaning it is these wire thingamajiggies. Again, same place I got my little splat shield, Dollar Tree. That's all it was, you guys. It does not have to be an expensive deal. Now, we're up to 13 minutes. I didn't notice because I was dancing with the cat. But when the rice is done, to my taste, I do not like al dente rice. But I don't like risotto soft. I like it in the middle. Once the rice is done, I'm going to strain the liquid out of my handy dandy pouch Veggies and add that to it. Let that cook for a while. Enough for the veggies to warm up. The chicken is probably actually ready to flip, so I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, definitely ready to flip. And I actually remembered to pull it out to thaw, because for lunch I didn't have anything to eat. I haven't been to the food pantry in a while, so I had to eat ramen. Papa never told anybody what was in the white sauce he put with his ramen. No, it's not that. We think it might have been flour. Maybe some white gravy mix. If y'all northerners don't know what white gravy mix is, you're missing out. Anyway, since I had to eat ramen, it reminded me to pull something out for dinner, which is why I can eat chicken instead of beef that I thawed the hard way, the long involved way. Anyway, rice is almost done. Chicken has just been flipped. Veggies will be added soon. When I have plated or bold, but that makes it sound like I'm bowling. Once I've plated it, then, and only then, we'll add the Parmesan. And once the chicken is most of the way done, I'm going to put some sesame seeds in there. Get them toasted. So, that's what I made today. Don't know what you'd call it. Fancy chicken and rice.